friends, welcome back. I am Ashanna, Director of Sadhana Study Circle. I have been teaching mathematics last 26 years. In this video, I would like to teach you real numbers. This is the second video on real numbers. In this video, I would like to teach you review of real numbers, prime numbers, composite numbers, co-prime or relative prime numbers, prime factorization, fundamental theorem of arithmetic, Euclid's division lemma. Let us learn one by one. First, review of real numbers. Review of real numbers. The numbers used to count things are called natural numbers. Natural numbers are denoted by the letter n. N is equal to set of 1, 2, 3 and so on. Natural numbers together with 0 are called whole numbers. Whole numbers are denoted by the letter W. W is equal to set of 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. All the positive numbers and all the negative numbers together with 0 are called integers. Integers are denoted by the letter Z or I. Z is equal to set up and so on, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. The numbers which can be written in the form P by Q, PQ are integers. Q not is equal to 0 are called rational numbers. Rational numbers are denoted by the letter Q. Q is equal to set of x as at x is equal to P by Q. PQ belongs to Z and Q not is equal to 0. Square root of whole numbers, not a whole number, are called irrational numbers. Irrational numbers are denoted by the letter Q dash or S. Q dash is equal to square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5, square root of 7, etc. We can show these in a Venn diagram. The natural numbers are in whole numbers. Whole numbers are in integers. Integers are in rational numbers. But irrational numbers are not in rational numbers, so these are separate. The set of rational and irrational numbers together are called real numbers. These are in real numbers. Natural numbers are all in whole numbers, so we can say n subset W. All whole numbers in integers, so W subset Z. All integers in rational numbers, so we can write Z subset Q. But Q dash irrational numbers are in real numbers, not in rational numbers. So Q dash is subset to Q dash or S subset to real numbers. Q union S is equal to real numbers. Next, prime numbers. Another name for prime numbers is indivisible numbers. What are prime numbers? The numbers which have only two factors are called prime numbers. The numbers which have only two factors, one and itself, are called prime numbers. Examples: 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, and so on. Next, composite numbers. Composite numbers. Another name for composite numbers is divisible numbers. The numbers which have more than two factors are called composite numbers. The numbers other than prime and 1 are called composite numbers. For example, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, and so on. Next, co-prime or relative prime numbers. The numbers which have one only common factors are called co-primes or relative primes. Examples: co-primes or relative primes. Example: 8, 9. Factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, 8. Factors of 9 are 1, 3, 9. Common factors: are one only. One only. So these are co-primes. Co-primes may or may not be primes, but those have one only common factors. The numbers which have only common factors, which have only one common factor, that is 1, are called co-primes or relative primes. Next, prime factorization. Prime factorization. The factorization in which every factor is a prime is called prime factorization. For example, prime factorization for 30. We have to do like this. To find prime factorizations, to make prime factorization, we have to take only primes. 2 ones are 2, 1 remainder are balanced, 2 5s are 10. Next, it is a odd number but divisible by 3. 3 5s are 15. We got prime number last. So stop it. 30 is equal to 2 into 3 into 5. So this is the prime factorization. In this which we have all primes only. Next, fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Let us see what is fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Every composite number can be expressed, means factorized as a product of primes, and this factorization is unique apart from the order in which the prime factors occur. Let us see one example. Two 2310. It is an even number, so divisible by, exactly divisible by 2. That's why I take 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are 2, 1 remainder, here 11, 2 5s are 10, 1 remainder, here 10, 2 5s are 10. Next, this is the odd number, not divisible by 2. That's why 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 5 7, 7 plus 5 12. So divisible by, sum of the digits is 12. 12 means 1 plus 2 3, digital root 3. So that's why divisible by 3. 3 3s are 9, 2 remainder, 3 8s are 24, 1 remainder, 3 5s are 15. So now it is not divisible by 3. The last digit is 5. There is 0 or 5 in units place, that is divisible by 5. So it is exactly divisible by 5. 5 7s are 35. 3 remainder. 5 7s are 35. It's not divisible by 5. So it's divisible by 7. By observing we can identify it's divisible by 7. 7 ones are 7 ones are. The last one is the prime, so we have to stop it. So 2310 is equal to 2 into 3 into 5 into 7 into 11. So this is unique. Let us say one more example. 1,63,800. 1,63,800. It's a even number, exactly divisible by 2. 2 8s are 16, 2 1s are 2, 2 9s are 18, 0 0. Again divisible by 2. 2 4s are 8, 2 0s are 0, 2 9s are 18, 2 4s are 8, 2 0s are 0, 2 9s are 18, 2 5s are 10, 0, 2 2s 4, 2 0, 2 4s are 8, 2 7s are 14, 2 5s are 10. So 2 plus 4 6, 6 plus 7 13, 13 plus 5 18. So it is exact divisible by 3. 3 6 are 18, 3 8s are 24, 3 2s are 6, 3 5s are 15. 6 plus 8 to 14, 16, 21. So exactly divisible by 3. 3 2s are 6, 3 2s are 6, 3 7s are 21, 3 5s are 15. 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 7 11, 16. So it's not divisible by 3. That's why I take 5. Last digit is 5, so that's why exact division by 5. 5 4s are 20. 2 remainder. Here 27. 5 5s are 25. 2 remainder. 5 5s are 25. Again division by 5. 5 9s are 45. 5 1s are 5. Next, by testing this, after 5 7, test with 7 1s are 7, 2 remainder, 7 3s are 21. So exact divisible by 7. Like this we have to check. 7 1s are 7, 2 7 3s are 21. 7 1s are 7, 7 3s are 21. So 1,63,800 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2, 3 into 3, 5 into 5, 7 into 13. Next we have to write exponential form also. Here we have 3 2's, so we can write 2 cube. Here we have 2 3's, 3 square. 2 5's, 5 square. 7 into 13. By observing this, we can understand this fundamental theorem of arithmetic well. Next, Euclid's division lemma. What is Euclid's division lemma? Euclid's division lemma states that for any two positive integers a and b, we can find two whole numbers q and r such that a is equal to bq plus r, where 0 less than or equal to r less than b. Let us see this. A is equal to bq plus r. Here A is dividend, B is divisor, Q is quotient, R is remainder. That is, dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. We know very well this. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Let us see one example. 3 2s are 6. 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6. 1 is remainder. So this is the divisor. This is the dividend. the quotient. This is the remainder. According to the formula, we can write 7 is equal to, this 7 is equal to, dividend is equal to, divisor into quotient plus remainder. Thank you for watching my video. If you haven't subscribed my channel till now, you immediately subscribe to get my updates.